Hi, I'm ThatPaulGuy, and it's Thursday. Thursday, July 25th, 2019, folks, that's it. So we've now passed the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11 to a pretty good amount of fanfare. It was not forgotten, and that's pretty awesome. It was nice trying to relive some of that. And I'm one of those people that's old enough to remember when that was going on. And I remember kind of what it meant and what thoughts a lot of people had and how excited people were. And it's nice to see some of that again. We'll see what happens, well, if we're going back or not. So in space news, though, LightSail 2, which was a satellite that was put up on Falcon Heavy rocket on June 25th, has extended its mylar sails. Those sails are about 344 square feet or so, about 18.5 foot by 18.5 foot, something along those lines. It's a very, very thin, lightweight. It's about the size of a loaf of bread when it deployed. The sails have opened up, and now the thought process is that the photons and energy from the sun will help propel that very, very lightweight satellite. Energy that you and I wouldn't even feel might be enough to propel this very lightweight satellite with a large sail on it around, and the sun itself be the mode of propulsion for that. So they wouldn't have to send up any kind of fuel source because it would already be there. If this works out pretty well, then you might see within a couple of years other experiments and other things that would happen that would end up sending craft like this, I guess you could say, out to explore other parts of our solar system. The original LightSail launched about 3 years ago, and it had a glitch and it did not open. So this one has been sent up, and it's opened, sent back some incredible pictures, and now it's going to start its experiments. First step in technology, diapers, because everybody loves some diapers. Love me some diapers. Pampers will be the first company that's going to dip into this realm, and not in the way they're making diapers. I'm sure that everybody's already doing that. It's going to be in letting you know when to change your child. There will be a light sensor that will be on the diaper itself that will be picked up by a camera. The camera is going to be made by Logitech, and it will actually send you a signal to your cell phone. So if the clue of your child walking around with a sagging diaper smelling all over high heaven isn't enough to tell you that you have to change that diaper, your phone will now tell you. So if you see your child running around the house and your phone has not gone off, maybe you don't need to change them. Simple as that. Anyway, I don't know what to say about this, except for maybe they can create a sensor that will remind you to pick your child up out of the back of the car and save us all a lot of trouble and a lot of heartbreak. So anyway, so yeah, diapers. In Apple news, we'll talk about a transition. In Apple news, Apple recently broke its agreement with Intel. Intel was making some of their modem chips, or making modem chips for them for their cell phones. Mobile modem chips. That's not easy to say. They weren't happy with Intel, and they weren't happy with the process and the way things were going or anything like that at all. So much so that they made up with Qualcomm, who they were suing, and who was suing them. So they made up with Qualcomm, and now Qualcomm is going to make their chips. And Intel has said, hey look, we don't have anybody buying these chips, so we're going to close this entire division. And Apple said, not so fast, my friend. Apple is now going to buy the entire division, lock, stock, and barrel. All the assets, all the people, all the equipment, all the everything. They're going to buy that entire division that was not good enough for them in the first place. They're going to buy that from Intel for $1 billion. That's billion with a B. That's a bunch. $1 billion worth of assets they're going to buy from Intel so they can manufacture their own chips that weren't good enough in the first place. Okay, so stab them in the back, then pretend to be their best friend and save them with something that wasn't good enough for you in the first place. You go, boy. Good job, Apple. You go, boy. Okay, by the time you see this, or listen to this, or hear this, or whatever, it might be already approved from the Justice Department, the Sprint T-Mobile merge. We've talked about this a few times. They might have the Justice Department's blessing by now, and tell the truth, I mean, this is going on for about 15 months. The normal time for a merger like this is about 6 months. Justice Department, FCC, and everybody have just been running out of reasons to keep this going. The FCC has already approved this. They've already given their blessing, so now it's up to the Justice Department. DOJ is now going to have to go back and explain to 13 states that are trying to sue why this is going to go through, even though they have some concerns with it. One of the big reasons, I should say 5 billion big reasons why this is going to go through, is Dish Network is going to pay $5 billion for assets from the new T-Mobile. 5 billion as in B, there's that word again, billion, as in Boost Mobile. They're going to buy $5 billion worth of assets from the new company to become the fourth wireless carrier. We mentioned this a little bit too. I have not heard if Google's going to jump in or not. They were interested, don't know what the scoop is, but we do know that Dish Network has reached a deal, an agreement in principle with the new T-Mobile to buy $5 billion worth of assets. Billion, B. That's 5 billion is 5 times as much as Apple is paying for a division of Intel. That's this many. 5 billion. That's a lot. Nintendo, gaming news. Nintendo, from the land of constant denial. Nintendo has said they absolutely do not have a problem with the joypads on their Switch. They absolutely do not drift, and there absolutely is not a problem with the Switch, and that this problem does not exist. However, they will fix it for free. For a problem that doesn't exist, they're going to fix it for free, and that's awfully nice of them. So that's really, really nice. This from the same company that told you a couple months ago that they absolutely were not going to come out with another version of the Nintendo Switch right before the Nintendo Switch Lite hit the shelves. Right up until like the week before, they swore them down that there was another version, coming out, and then boom, there you go, another version. Those joypads, there is no problem, but they will fix it for free, so that's mighty nice of them. Have not heard any rumor about anybody trying to buy any part of Nintendo for any billion. That is such a big number. B isn't big. Speaking of big, big is the views are up on the channel, which is amazing. Subscribers, we're okay. A little over 50. Would love to see that number climb up there. So if you're watching this and you're not already a subscriber, please do so, folks. Hit that red subscribe button. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Leave me any kind of comments you want. If you got any thoughts on Intel and Apple, you got any thoughts on loan, when to change your diaper, you got any thoughts on the light sale or on the big T-Mobile merge or anything like that, let me know. I'm always willing to hear it. As always, that little bell icon is going to tell you when more of these videos are coming out. And I'll have more news or more stuff or more whatever over the weekend. But for the time being, folks, that's all I got. So I'll see you later.